8:15. You walking like a scene from a dream. Sunlight falling through the blinds, painting gold across your smile. Backpack hanging off one side. You brush your hair and look outside. I try to focus on my page, but you pull me away. I pretend I'm unaware, but my eyes are always there. If you ever looked my way, would you see what I can't say? All the words behind my breath, all the love I never let. You're the seat across the room, close enough to feel the truth, far enough to play it cool, while my heart betrays me too. Every time you turn around, I'm afraid my love's too loud. So I love you silently, from the seat across from me. When you laugh, the whole class glows. Even teachers lose control. And I memorize the sound like it's something heaven found. You asked me once to pass a pen. I said sure, like just a friend, but my hands were shaking slow, hoping you would never know that my world shifts every time you say something small and kind. If courage came with one deep breath, I would risk what's left unsaid, but I freeze inside my fear every time you come too near. You're the seat across the room, close enough to feel the truth, far enough to stay confused about what I should do. If I ever lost this chance, would I always look back? 'Cause I love silently, from the seat across from me. Oh, maybe one day when we're older, I'll laugh about being too scared to hold her. Maybe one day you'll find out you were my quiet love I never let out. You're the seat across the room, the reason school feels new, the reason mornings feel less gray and afternoons don't fade. If loving you's a secret, then I'll keep it carefully, still loving you silently, from the seat across from me. Maybe one day you'll sit next to me. It started with your last name, written small beside my own, on the corner of a notebook that I never showed. Math problems turned to letters, your initials in a line. I told myself it's nothing, but I wrote it every time. Leaned across my table, said can I borrow your pen? I tried to act so stable, but I barely breathed in. I wonder if you laughed, if you knew the truth. Every page inside this book is secretly about you. I wrote your name in my notebook like it was something real, like one day you might look and know the way I feel. But it's just ink and paper and courage I don't have, so I close the cover gently and let the moment pass. Group project side by side, enough to feel your sleep. You talked about the future like you're ready to leave. You said you might move cities after graduation day. I smiled and said that's crazy, while my heart just slipped away. Every word you said felt heavier than before, 'cause loving you in silence means I lose you for sure. I wrote your name in my notebook like it was something real, like one day you might look and know the way I feel. But it's just ink and paper and courage I don't have, so I close the cover gently and let the moment pass. Maybe years from now, when we're strangers in the street, I'll find this old notebook and remember how you made me weep. I wrote your name in my notebook, but never said it out loud. You were my favorite chapter I never read out proud. The bell rings loud at 3:05. Everyone rushes outside. You're walking with your friends again, and I'm just stuck behind it. You stop to tie your hair, sunlight in the air. I swear the world moves slower when you're standing there. I think about the words I practiced in my head, but by the time I reach you, they're gone instead. If I asked you to stay, would you even care? Or am I just another face floating in the air? After school, when the sky turns blue, I imagine walking home with you, talking slow, laughing low, telling you the things you'll never know. But instead I walk alone with the love I've never shown. Yeah. Oh. You cross the street with someone else, and I freeze and watch it play. You look so happy talking, like I was never meant to stay. The wind moves through the trees like it's whispering to me, saying now we'll lose it, but I just let it be. Every step you take away feels like time. After school, when the sky turns blue, I imagine walking home with you, talking slow, loving you, telling you the things you'll never know. But it's school, baby, I just imagine walking home with you, talking slow, loving you, telling you the things you'll never know. Maybe love is just learning how to lose. Maybe I was meant to just watch you choose. After school, the sky fades too, and I fade a little with you, holding words I never used, loving you but never proves. It was nothing special, just a normal Tuesday noon. You looked up from your phone and caught me staring at you. half a second maybe, our eyes refused to move. Then you smiled politely, like people sometimes do. It wasn't meant to mean much, just kindness passing through. But something in that moment felt bigger than I knew. You turned back to your friends like it was nothing new. But I kept that tiny second like it belonged to you. That borrowed smile, you never know, it stayed with me long after you let it go. It wasn't love, it wasn't fate, but it kept my quiet heart away. You gave it freely for a while, and I survived on that borrowed smile. I replay it in my bedroom, staring at the ceiling light. The way your eyes got softer in that golden afterlight. I wonder if you noticed the way my hands would shake, or how my breath went missing for just a little break. You probably forgot it before the day was through, but I held on to that moment like it was something true. It's funny how the smallest things can mean the most to me, when loving you in silence is my only reality. That borrowed smile, maybe I'm dramatic, maybe I'm insane, falling for a moment you don't even retain. But when you smile like that, the world felt less wild, and I swear for just a second I wasn't invisible. That borrowed smile still lingers now, in every quiet thought. Somehow you don't know, but you saved me for a while, when something was small, like a borrowed smile. I wish it was mine. Oh yeah. We were waiting in the hallway while the rain poured down outside. You stood a little closer than you ever did before that time. You said you hate the thunder, I said I hate it too. But what I really meant was, I just hate not telling you. The lights flickered above us, the room felt small and slow. I thought maybe this was it, the perfect time to let it show. 3 words pressed against my teeth, begging just to breathe. I felt them rising up, but fear pulled them beneath. I almost said it, almost let it fall, almost broke the silence between these classroom walls. But my voice betrayed me and courage disappeared. So I let the moment fade like every other year. You talked about your weekend and some guy from your past. I smiled like I was fine while my heart beat beating fast. Yeah, you asked me what I'm thinking. I said nothing much at all, but inside my chest I felt the loudest call. The rain kept falling harder, like it knew the truth, that I was standing inches from the only thing I choose. If love had volume, mine would shake the ground, but instead it lives in whispers that never make a sound. I almost said it. What if you said no? What if you walked away? What if I lost even this, the small place where we stay? So I protect this fragile thing by keeping it inside, 'cause loving you in silence feels safer than goodbye. I almost said it, but almost isn't brave, and now it's just another chance I let the rain erase. One day you'll never know how close I came to truth. I almost said I love you, standing there with you. Almost wasn't enough, wasn't enough. How you look at me, or how you fix your hair. It's not the way you walk in late, or how you act like you don't care. It's something softer than that, something simple, something pure. It happens when you laugh out loud, and suddenly I'm not unsure. Your head falls back a little, your eyes almost disappear, and for a second everything feels lighter standing here. You don't know what it does to me when happiness breaks free from your chest so honestly. The way you laugh makes the whole room bright, like morning sun breaking through my night. And every time you throw your head back, I fall again to the way you laugh. Something small, a joke I didn't hear, but I swear it sounded better than any song this year. I memorized the rhythm, the way it fills the space. Like if I close my eyes tonight, I'll still recall the shape. And maybe one day when we're old and everything has changed, I'll still remember clearly the way your joy remained. I don't to know that this is true. Some of the best parts of my life are watching you be you. The way you laugh, a dream on like morning sun breaking through my night. And every time you throw your head back, I fall again to the way you laugh. If heaven had a soundtrack, it would sound like that. A melody I never had. Oh, the way you laugh still echoes in my mind. A little piece of light I'm lucky just to find. And even if you never look my way, I'll carry that sound with me every day. Just laugh like that again, I'll be okay. Way you laugh. Oh, yeah. Found the picture yesterday from freshman year in May. We're standing only inches close, but somehow far away. You're smiling at the camera like nothing's wrong at all, and I'm just standing near you, pretending I don't fall. Back then it felt so simple, we had so much ahead. I thought I'd have more courage by now instead. Funny how a frozen frame can make your heart confess all the things you didn't say, and all you still regret. In last year's photograph, you're right next to me, but we were never closer than what the lens could see. If pictures told the truth, they show what I conceal. A boy too scared to speak about the way he feels. I zoomed into the corner where your shoulder touched my arm. It was such a tiny moment, but it felt like harm. 'Cause even though we're smiling like we're just good friends, I know I was already lost before it could begin. I wonder if you kept it, or if it's just me, holding on to memories you never even see. They say time makes things clearer, but mine just makes it hard to see how close I was to opening my heart. In last year's photograph, you're right next to me, but we were never closer than what the lens could see. If pictures told the truth, they'd show what I conceal. A boy too scared to speak about the way he feels. Oh, maybe when you look at it, you won't feel anything. But when I see that picture, I feel everything. The boy beside you there, he didn't know the cost of loving someone quietly and always being lost. In last year's photograph, we look like we belong, like maybe there was something there that lasted all along. But cameras can't capture the words I couldn't say. They just freeze the moment before it slips away. I should have told you then. I should have told you then. Oh, hey. You were sitting by the window, sunlight on your face, talking about the future like you couldn't wait. You said I might move away after graduation day. I nodded like it's nothing, but my heart began to shake. All this time I thought there switch, had a switch, I turn it on tonight. Instead I sit here fighting with my pride. If I was brave, I'd tell you now, before the days run out somehow. Before you pack your dreams away and I got nothing left to say. If I was brave, I'd risk the fall, but I'm still scared of losing it all. You ask me what I'll miss most when school is finally done. I almost said your name out loud, but I said everyone. You smile like you believe me, like I wasn't breaking down. I built this safe invisibility, and now I'm trapped inside it somehow. How do you confess when silence feels like? How do you reach out when you've always been alone? If I was brave, I'd tell you before the days run out somehow. Before you pack your dreams away and I got nothing left to say. If I was brave, I'd risk the fall, but I'm still scared of losing it all. Maybe bravery isn't loud, maybe it's just a choice of yours. Every time I try, I lose my voice. If I was brave, I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't let this turn to fate. I'd take it in before it's late, before we walk separate ways. If I was brave, but I'm not yet. Time keeps moving. You walk past me today like every other day, somehow everything felt different, and in that way your hair moved with the wind, your bag slipped off your shoulder, and for a second the whole world got slower. The hallway noise faded, footsteps out of tune. It was just you walking under fluorescent moon. I wonder if you feel the gravity you bring, or if I'm just a fool imagining everything. Always slow motion, my quiet devotion. You don't even see what you're doing to me. Every step you take makes my heart beat break, and I'm frozen there with words I never shared. You said see you tomorrow, like tomorrow's guaranteed, but tomorrow's getting smaller, and I'm running out of me. I stand there after you, like the air is still warm, holding on to seconds before they're gone. If time would just freeze right here with you, maybe I'd finally find something to. Always slow motion, or high devotion. You don't even see what you're doing to me. Every step you take makes my heart beat break, and I'm frozen there with words I never shared. Last picture of the year, you stood right next to me, and suddenly I couldn't hear. You leaned a little closer, so we both could fit the frame. Your shoulder brushed against mine, and I almost said your name. It's funny how a camera flash can make you feel so alive, when you know this little moment won't survive. In the group photo, we look so close, like maybe something was almost ours to hold. But pictures lie and feelings hide, and I just stand here by your side. Everyone was laughing, throwing peace signs in the air, but I was memorizing the way you fixed your hair. Cause I know one day this will just be memory, and I'll zoom into this picture to see what could have been. In the photo, we almost seemed like we could have been more to dream. But when the flash fades and the moment goes, it's just another love. Nobody knows us. Nobody knows. Caps thrown high, cheers in the sky, families crying goodbye. You're standing there in white and blue, looking like you already knew that life was waiting somewhere new. Graduation day, you walked away, and I still had so much to say. 4 years close, but miles apart, and I never gave you my heart. You hugged me tight, said don't forget, like we're just friends, no regrets. But I was holding more than that, I was holding everything I never had. I thought there'd be another chance, another hallway, another glance. But time doesn't rewind for boys who hesitate. Graduation day, the crowd was loud, but I never felt so small in a crowd. You smiled and left without a clue that I was always in love with you. Too late, too late. He types delayed, types again, never sends another unsent message. Sitting in my phone, words I'll never show. Feelings overgrown, curse eyes are blinking like it knows I'll never press send. Maybe in another life, keeping more the passing by. Maybe I'll be brave enough to look you in the eyes, but in this one I just survive, watching you from the side. From the side. You used to sit by the window, third table from the back, highlighter in your fingers, hair falling down your back. The library was quiet except the turning of a page, but every little movement felt louder in my chest. You bite your lip when thinking, tap your pen against the wood. I try to read my textbook but never really could, cause every time you looked up I had to look away, like loving you in silence was the only safe way. Under library lights, you glowed so bright. In the soft afternoon, everything felt right. We never said much, we never crossed the line, but those quiet hours were secretly mine. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sometimes our shoes would touch underneath the table, and I freeze completely, like I wasn't able to move or even breathe, afraid you'd hear my heart beating through the silence, tearing me apart. You once asked what I was reading, I forgot the title twice. You smiled and said you're funny, I replayed that all night. It wasn't love you saw, just a classmate passing through, but every quiet afternoon was a love story for me and you. Under library lights, you glowed so bright. In the soft afternoon, everything felt right. We never said much, we never crossed the line, but those quiet hours were secretly mine. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now the tables are empty and the chairs feel cold, but those golden hours still live in my soul. Under library lights, we almost felt real, like maybe someday you know how I feel. But the moment stayed small and time moved on, and the lights turned off and you were gone. Ooh, ooh. I still remember the way the sunlight hit your face. It's raining hard tonight, just like it did that day when we stood in the hallway with nothing much to say. Thunder shaking windows, you said you hate that sound. I wanted to hold your hand, but I kept it down. Now I sit alone, watching drops fall slow, and every single one feels like something I didn't show. It's funny how the rain brings everything back, moments I lost on the wrong track. Rain outside the window, and you're inside my mind. Every drop reminds me of what I left behind. If I could turn back time, I wouldn't let it go. But now it's just the rain and love I didn't show. I wonder if you hear it somewhere far from here. If it makes you think of school, or if I disappear. Maybe I was just a face in the crowd while you were every reason I felt so proud. The storm keeps getting louder, but my room feels still. I guess some kinds of silence never really heal. The rain keeps falling like it knows the truth, that I was in love and too afraid to move. Rain outside the window, rain outside the window, and you're inside my mind. Every drop reminds me of what I left behind. If you ever think of me, yeah, when the sky turns gray, I hope it makes you smile the way it makes me stay. Oh, if you ever think of me when the sky turns gray, I hope it makes you smile the way it makes me stay. Outside the window, washing years away, but it can't erase the words I didn't say. So I sit here quietly, yeah, let the memory grow with the sound of rain and love I didn't show. Some storms never end, yeah. It's been months now, different streets, different faces, different beats, but somehow when the night gets still, you're the only thought that ever feels real. I try to date someone, try to move along, but every conversation just felt wrong. 'Cause I was searching for your laugh in someone else's voice. I tell myself you're just a memory, but memories don't hold me this heavy. You're still in my head, still in my chest, still the only name that feels like a rest. Moved away, but somehow you stayed in every quiet space I couldn't replace. I saw your picture online. You look happy there. New city lights, new friends everywhere, and I'm glad you're smiling. I really am, but part of me wonders if you'd understand how close I came so many times to crossing that invisible line. Maybe I was meant to just let you go, but letting go is something I don't know. You're still in my head, in my chain. You're the only thing that feels like a rain. I moved away, but somehow you stay in every quiet space I couldn't maintain. When the moment is gone, maybe it lingers, quiet but strong. You're still in my head. It's goodbye, never tell how you laugh. I guess some loves don't fade with time, they just learn to live inside. If you ever wondered why I looked away, why my words got shorter at the end of every day, if you ever noticed how I stayed behind after class was over, like I had more time. It wasn't coincidence, it wasn't by mistake. I was just trying to find a little space where I could almost tell you the truth without losing on to you. If you ever wondered, yes, it was you. Every quiet heartbeat was always for you. Every hallway moment, every almost move. If you ever wondered, I was in love with you. When you said you're moving, I smiled like I was strong, but I went home that night and played our favorite song. You never saw the letters I typed and erased. You never heard the courage I tried to face. I was so afraid of changing what we had that I protected friendship and lost something bad, baby. Silence felt safe, but safety has a cost. If you ever wondered, I don't blame you for not knowing. I built these walls without showing. You can't read a heart that never speaks. You can't hear love that hides so deep. Oh, if you ever wondered why I let you go, why I never chased you down that road, oh, Wasn't that I didn't care, I just didn't know how to stand there. If you ever wondered, now you know I loved you quietly long ago. And maybe that's enough. I saw your name pop up today in someone else's story. Different place, a different smile, living out your glory. You look happy in the picture, sunlight in your hair. And I sat there for a minute, just staring at it there. It's strange how years can pass and still feel like last June, like I'm still in that classroom, sitting across the room. I guess some loves don't fade away, they just learn how to stay quiet in the background of every single day. Goodbye without saying it, love without naming it. 4 years of almost and never claiming it. We were so close, but I let it slip. Now it's just memory on my fingertips. I remember graduation, the way you hugged me tight. You said, don't be a stranger. I laughed like I was alright. I could have stopped you right there, I could have changed everything, but I chose the safer silence over risking anything. And maybe that was weakness, or maybe that was fear, but loving you in secret was the only thing I knew that year. If I could stand there once again, I don't know what I'd do. Maybe I still freeze up looking at you. Oh, goodbye without saying it. I don't blame you for moving on. You never knew what was going on. You can't hear a heart that never speaks. You can't see a love that hides so deep. I built these walls with my own hands, protected something that never had a chance. Goodbye without saying it. Thank you for the years, for every quiet moment, for every hidden tear. You were my first real love, even if you never knew. And maybe that's enough for me to let go of you. No big confession, no dramatic scene, just two people and space between. If you ever wondered why I looked away, why my words got shorter at the end of every day. If you ever noticed how I stayed behind after class was over, like I had more time, it wasn't coincidence, it wasn't by mistake. I was just trying to find a little space where I could almost tell you the truth without losing on to you. If you ever wondered, yes, it was you. Every quiet heartbeat was always for you. Every hallway moment, every almost move. If you ever wondered, I was in love with you. When you said you're moving, I smiled like I was strong, but I went home that night and played our favorite song. You never saw the letters I typed and erased. You never heard the courage I tried to face. I was so afraid of changing what we had that I protected friendship and lost something bad, baby. Silence felt safe, but safety has a cost. If you ever wondered, I don't blame you for not knowing. I built these walls without showing. You can't read a heart that never speaks. You can't hear love that hides so deep. Oh, if you ever wondered why I let you go, why I never chased you down that road. Oh, it wasn't that I didn't care, I just didn't know how to stand there. If you ever wondered, now you know I loved you quietly long ago. And maybe that's enough.